This has Devils fans buzzing. Devils off to a hot start. Some may even say a heater. Big reason for that is the Stars. We'll get into it. Implications. Let's talk. Welcome, Devil fans. Glad you're here. Great day to be a Devil fan. So we want you to go ahead, hit the subscribe button, talking all things Devils, because it's always a good time to be a Devil fan and talking Devils hockey. Devils off to a hot start this season. 3-1, 3-game winning streak. And a big reason for that is the play of some of their stars. Timo Meier, 3-game goal streak. Seems like when he scores, they win. That's the story so far to start this season. Timo Meier having a great start to the year. Game winner last night in Florida. So, I know, it's 50 degrees now. The sweatpants are back out. But I promise you, this isn't March. Timo Meier has came to play in October. He's scoring. He's playing well. He's fitting his top 6 role. And I know that people maybe were a little bit critical of how Timo Meier has played the past 2 years in New Jersey. You know, it feels like if you take out the stats from March on, they maybe don't look as good. And even if you went there, I mean, it's not his usual stats. It's not his usual, hovering around that 30-goal mark, 70-point player. You weren't getting that out of Timo Meier. But when you think about Timo Meier and the type of player he is, power forward. There aren't too many power forwards who, are scoring 30-plus goals in the NHL anymore. Well, Timo Meier is one of them. Timo Meier is a specific player who, is valued because he does things that other players can't do. I mean, there's not too many power forwards today who can score 30-plus. I mean, you look at a guy like Mikko Rantanen, yeah, but he's the exception. That's why he was traded twice in one season, because everyone wanted him. He's always going to have value. Whether he signs an extension or not, there is value. Same thing with Timo Meier. When the Devils traded for Timo Meier, I mean, they saw where they were. They were, fighting for a playoff spot, pretty much top of the division at that point in the season. So when they were giving up assets, they gave up a first-round pick, a former first-round pick, multiple other things, a roster player, Fabian Zetterlund, to bring over Timo Meier just for, the chance that he might resign. Now, Timo Meier did resign, and when he signed that contract, I think all of us felt it was a good deal. I think we saw what he could do with, either Jack Hughes, Jesper, Bratt, Nico, Hischier. I mean, that's kind of what started it, how they played together in Switzerland. Nico, Hischier, and Timo Meier started it. So we knew that this contract could turn out pretty well. And for the first 2 years, 50 points, right on that 50-point mark, did a lot of his scoring from March on. Maybe it didn't seem like the numbers were, kind of equating together. But you go back and look at what he's done. He's been a 40-goal scorer in this league. He's been pretty much a point-per-game player, 76 and 77. He's played in the playoffs. He's a dynamic power forward. Eventually it was going to work. You look at what you're surrounding him with in New Jersey. You're surrounding him with guys like Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, power play minutes. You go back to where he was in San Jose, he wasn't getting that type of talent. He wasn't getting that type of help, and he was still putting up these types of numbers. So when you brought him over to New Jersey, I think he still felt pretty good that he was going to come over here and he was going to fit right in. And now that, you're seeing the start to this season, this is more of what to expect from Timo Meier. Getting back to that 30, 35 goals, maybe even hits 40 goal mark, that's more of what the player Timo Meier is. Not, the 52, 53-point season, 17 goals from March on. That would be great if we get those 17 goals from March on and it's an extension of what he does until then. That would work, obviously. But no, this is more of what we're seeing from Timo Meier. He knows how to get to the front of the net. He can score from in tight. He's got a decent shot. That's what you wanted out of Timo Meier when you signed him to that contract. That's what you were expecting. That's what he showed in San Jose when he didn't have that help. When he didn't have, a 100-point player or on pace for 100 points. I'm going to just put Jack Hughes there. Jesper Bratt, 80-point player, Nico Hischier. When he didn't have those type of players, he was finding ways to get 30 goals year in, year out, or on pace for 30 goals year in, year out. He was finding ways. He was, trending in the right direction, developing. He was doing all that in San Jose with a much less talented roster. So when he came to New Jersey, I think kind of we all thought He's not a player that we have right now, so we have to figure out a way to use him, and he's shown that he can score. So we knew it was going to work eventually. He's a player we need, a player we didn't have before, and someone who is, seems to have found, a role here. You talk about Markstrom from last year to now, starting this season. 5 points, 4 games, leads the Devils in points, 3-game goal streak. They've won all 3 games. When Timo Meier is scoring, good things are happening. And good things are also happening when Jack Hughes is scoring. Jack Hughes had his first goal of the season last night. It's one of those, I don't even know what we're going to call it anymore. It seems like he does it every single year, multiple times a year. Puts it off the goaltender from a ridiculous angle. I don't know. Does he practice these? Does he go out there and does he just go, okay, you know what? I'm going to take a few, 50 shots from the goal line. And until I score the number that I'm happy with, I'm not going to get off the ice. Because last night, he does it again. Sharp shot from the goal line pretty much and puts it right off the goalie. I don't know how you teach that. I don't know if you can teach that. It's like playing horse. When you're playing horse with your friends, they just kind of go to, a line and they just hit it every single time. And it's really frustrating and annoying because you're like, how does he keep doing that? How does he keep, how's he automatic from that spot when it's kind of just like a shot that you wouldn't even take in a game? Well, that's a shot you really wouldn't take in a game. Well, Jack Hughes does, and he kind of puts it to perfection. So, all in all, good stuff from Jack Hughes, good stuff from Timo Meier. Now, I want to go here, and I want to talk about, Tom Fitzgerald and building this team. There has to be credit when credit is due. Tom Fitzgerald, years ago, or the past 3 years, has said to himself, well, I know who my top 6 players are. I've paid them as top 6 players. And we're going to rely on that. We're going to think that they're going to get better. That they're going to have a better year this year. We're not going to be as injured. We're going to be better. And that's what he's done so far. Timo Meier, 8 years, $8.8 million. You're expecting him to be a top 6, 35 goal scorer. Jack Hughes, obviously one of the better contracts in the NHL. But when he signed that, you were relying on development. Well, development seems to have worked out. Jesper Bratt, another one of the best contracts in the NHL. So, when he signed these deals, he had a vision. He had, a development plan. He had a vision. He thought he knew what it was going to look like, and he stuck by it. And you have to appreciate that from Tom Fitzgerald. I know, you might have wanted a top 6 winger during the offseason. You might have wanted a little bit more help. You might have wanted to have some backup in case Dawson Mercer, who's also had a very good start to the year, didn't have a great start to the year. You might have wanted all of that. Well, you got to give credit by a guy who sticks by what he said. He knows he paid these guys top 6 money. He feels they are top 6 players. He feels like it's going to work out better this year. He has something, telling him that, no, I was correct. I was correct giving Timo Meier an 8-year, $8.8 million contract. I was correct betting on the future of Jack Hughes. Well, it worked out really well. I was correct about Jesper Bratt. So you have to take that and go, well, you know what? We maybe wanted another top 6 winger if things didn't work out. But if Tom Fitzgerald was correct when he signed those contracts, then did you really need that top 6 winger? Now, it would still be great to add, obviously get a little bit more depth. I always say best way to build your top 6 or best way to build your depth is by building in your top 6, getting star players. But right now, if you looked at this top 6, is there necessarily a problem? I'd like to see Gritsuk in Palat's spot, but do you necessarily see a problem or something that they can't be fixed with other things in the lineup, like moving Gritsuk up into Palat's role? That doesn't really seem like it. So, hey, credit to Tom Fitzgerald. And I like when you get to see, a GM go out, make moves, and they work out, even though they didn't work out in the beginning or maybe didn't work out to how you thought. Well, right now, it is working out. So, credit to Tom Fitzgerald. Top 6 looks good. Devils look good. 3-game win streak. Let me know down in the comments. What do you think? What have you liked? Power play starting to heat up. Timo Meier. Game-winning goal last night. Let me know down in the comments. What do you think of the start of the season so far? And I'll see you guys all really soon.